It is week number 3 in high school football in the state of Louisiana, and it's the Hash It Out Show Thursday night game of the week. And this week, we are going to pretty much the private and also academic sector with this matchup, and it was a good matchup these last couple of years, and we're going to have it this time this year for the Hash It Out Show game of the week. It is the Patrick Taylor Tigers taking on the St. Martin Saints. Right now, we're here with the head coach of the Patrick Taylor Tigers, Coach Kenny Bourgeois. What's going on, Coach?
Not much, man. Thank y'all for having me on the show.
Appreciate it, man. I tell you, man, you've been really you've been here at Patrick Taylor for a good little while now. You built the program from the ground up. And I know this season, Patrick Taylor is expecting to have some bigger and better things since you have a lot of experience come back this season.
Yeah, last season was a little blip on our path, but we were very young. So, the kids worked hard. We got almost everybody back because they were so young last year, and they said they worked really hard in the off season, and it's finally starting to show some of that experience. We had a good win last week against Sophie B, and we just hope we can keep it going.
Very much agreed. I know last week was a hard fought game, but you guys had a huge full quarter to put the ball game out of reach, and you guys getting that win and everything. What was the feelings, especially not just for yourself but the team, that they got a victory and ended the losing streak?
They were ecstatic and rightfully so. The kids work hard all year, every year. High school football, it's only a season in the fall, but the kids work all year round for it. So for them to finally get that win after, the rough battles we had last year, I was really, really happy for them and the assistant coaches. And you could just tell they got that excitement back that we haven't had in a little while. So it was really, really good to see that for them. They were excited and they deserve it.
Well, this week you take on a very good program in St. Martin's. This week, more of still have some talent. Despite losing one of the best running backs or players that St. Martin's has maybe ever had, but at the same time, Kevin Dodds always has his teams ready. How has the week of practices been this week for your team, preparing them to try to have some kind of consistency for this Patrick Taylor program?
They've come in and they've attacked it. They they don't want to have a letdown. They know that even though Harlan Berry's gone, it's still a good program, and they're just focused because they want to keep it going. They want to get back to our winning ways we had a couple years ago, and they're just super focused. They're ready to rock and roll.
How did you see St. Martin's, and how different do you think they look this year comparing to the last couple of years?
Harlem's gone, and forget his name, but their quarterback last year, their kicker signed with Tulane, I believe. So they look different, but they're still very, very disciplined. They still play very hard. Their quarterback's a really good player. Um, so it's still going to be a really tough battle because they're a very well coached, tough team.
Very much so. Taking a look at your players, tell us who should we look out for that's really leading the way offensively, defensively, and special teams for the Patrick Taylor Tigers.
Well, defensively, we've got a bunch of young guys, a bunch of return starters, but the two main leaders of it right now are Hunter Smith and Jackson Norwood, our two seniors. Both D linemen, both make a lot of plays. Offensively, it kind of goes through our run game, and so we've got our quarterback Parker Marks and both running backs Logan Rogers and Jeremy Gibson really carry the load to try to open it up for our receivers Jalen Patterson, Preston Champagne, and Benton Bruner. But yeah, the backfield offensively and the D line is really the strengths of the team right now. So that's the guys to look out for. But really, we got a bunch of good good young high school football players on our team. So it's a good group.
Very much so. It look like you depend a lot on the linemen, the trenches more than anything else, and that's something that Patrick Taylor has been very fortunate to have big linemen up front and everything else to really, move the ball and get some penetration defensively and stuff like that. And look like you have got some good linemen once again, including some young ones this time, and is trying to build more than anything else toward the future.
Yeah, yeah. The heart and soul of what we do is the O line and D line. I mean, most of my staff is former O linemen and D linemen. Um, it's very, very, very important, and it really helps the skill guys out. And like I said, we're blessed. We had two good groups in the trenches this year of just hardworking, tough kids that like getting after it.
Well, game is Thursday night, 6:30. Jefferson Parish rules, if you know what I mean. But I already know what time it is. When every Thursday game up at the Jefferson Parish Stadium, we have a 6:30 start. Got to stick with the
Right.
rules. But what you could say about the atmosphere coming up on Thursday, especially with both fan base, especially your fan base. Patrick Taylor has always been very supportive and everything else. How's it been looking so far this season with the Patrick Taylor Tigers fan base?
I think the atmosphere with the fans Thursday is going to be really good. St. Martin's is a smaller private school with a lot of parent support, good school atmosphere, so they're going to bring fans. We've been lucky, even though last year we struggled. Even through that, we still had a huge student section. All the parents, grandparents, we still had a good bit of fans coming because it's a special place. We've got a lot of fan support, parent support. The kids take pride in their school. They're going to make a student section. So between us having that situation and St. Martin's, I think it'll be a good crowd Thursday night at Memphis.
It'll be the second time the Hash It Out Show game of the week will be bringing Patrick Taylor and everything. The kids, the first time we done it was a couple years ago, and the kids were very, very excited that we'd done that
Hmm.
game, and a lot of the fan base just flooded the chats and everything. And now, we're gonna bring it video. A couple years ago, audio. Now we're gonna bring video streaming this time. And I know the fan base and I know the student body is excited that we're coming to broadcast this game.
Yeah, they can't wait. They get a chance for a wider, a bigger range of people to get to see them play instead of just who's in the stadium. So they're excited to go put on a show.
The Patrick Taylor Tigers will be hosting the St. Martin Saints. It will be the Hash It Out Show Thursday night game of the week. We will have countdown to kickoff at 6:15, and then the kickoff, Jefferson Parish Rules, at 6:30. We'll have that for you live on JB the Sports Guys YouTube, and tune into the Hash It Out Show tonight, 7 p.m., and also Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Head coach Kenny Bourgeois of the Patrick Taylor Tigers, we appreciate you joining us. We wish you the best on Thursday.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.